Hi, everybody. I was tagged by Downsizing Danielle to do a 30 question tag. There's people in my house, and my 3-year-old just went down to bed, and so the only safe place to record was my garage. And it's freezing out here because today it was like 8 degrees, and I just got out of the shower, so here I am. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The first question is, where did I grow up? Let me see if I can put this. I don't know. Okay, where did I grow up? I grew up in Kansas. I don't want to say the town because it's little and I don't want to be hunted by serial killers. Not saying any of you are serial killers, but just in case this video gets in the wrong hands, I don't want to say it. So, yeah, in Kansas, in a town that had about 1,200 people, I think, when I was growing up. And I love it. And I go there every weekend. Well, every weekend that I can. Where do you currently live? When I first saw this, I was like, do they want an address? Because that's not happening. Again, with this one, I now live in Missouri, but I don't live anywhere like San Diego, where there's a ton of people and you would never find me. I live in a small, small town. So, Missouri is my answer. Who was your first best friend? This one might be a toss-up. Probably Mallory. She's also my cousin, but she is one of my best friends. And, of course, she was there from the get-go. And then Blair, she was kind of there from the get-go, too. She was my first... She came to, my first birthdays and all of that. And they still are two of my best friends. So I would say them. How tall are you? I don't know if I'm supposed to say are you or am I. The question says, how tall are you? I am 5'7". Dogs or cats? Dogs all the way. Cats scare the shit out of me. I had a cat one time. I lived by myself and I was like, this seems like a good idea. And I found this huge, well, she was little at the time, but Himalayan cat, so much hair with a little mustache. Yeah, I had her. I wasn't scared of her. Well, sometimes I was scared of her. But cats just scare me, how they jump up on the back of things and then jump up on the back of you. Or I was at my friend's house the other day and her cat was underneath the bed and I didn't know it. And when I got close to the bed, it grabbed my foot. It was so scary. So dogs all the way. I have a dog. Funniest moment in high school. I don't have an answer for that. I can't remember what the funniest thing in high school. I know that I had a lot of fun in high school. I loved high school. It's one of those things that if I could go back, I would. It was such a small school and small town that I was just friends with everybody. It was just a really good experience. So all of it was fun. I just can't think of the funniest. What year were you born? I was born in 1987. The song of the year was Egyptian. Wait, walk like an Egyptian. Have you gone to college? Yes, I have a bachelor in psychology. So yes, I've gone to college. I've gone to a lot of college. I am done with school. I also, after I got my bachelor's in psychology, I went back a couple of years because I wanted to be a sign language interpreter. But due to the distance of where a school was and the middle of nowhere that I live, it wasn't going to work. So for now, I'm done with college. Favorite drink? Coffee, by far. And I think you all know it's going to be my Sonic coffee. But I do love to go to Starbucks during pumpkin spice season and get that. Otherwise, I don't. I mean, like just making my coffee at home. Like, I always look forward to a cup of coffee. So, definitely coffee. What is your spirit animal and why? Again, I have no idea. I don't even really know what that means. Like, is it like an animal that you act like? Like, if someone liked to sleep a lot and they were lazy, would they be like, a sloth is my spirit animal? I don't. Let me know what animal, like, eats healthy food, works out, moms all day, and lives in the middle of nowhere. Help me out. Perfume scent. I go back and forth between Burberry, and it's just called Burberry. It's a glass like this. It's like shaped like this, and it just says Burberry on it. And the other one is Gucci Flora, I think. And I know I sound like real bougie, like dang, she got her some expensive perfumes, but they were gifts. And the Gucci one was given to me on before my wedding. So I got married in 2015. But I hid it away long because I was like, oh, I only want to wear this on my wedding. And then I was like, a year ago, I was like, forget this. I'm gonna wear this every day. So that's why it lasted so long. The Burberry one I got last year for Christmas, but it's a pretty big bottle. But they smell delicious. Tea or coffee? I think I already answered that one. Coffee all the way. I do like some English breakfast tea with a little bit of heavy whipping cream and my sweetener in it. It's pretty good, but I still choose coffee. What are your life goals? My life goal is to live as long as I can and be as healthy as I can for my children. Eventually, I want to move back to my hometown, and my husband has it in his head that he's going to build this house that he wants, or he's going to find like a dream house of his. I honestly don't care where we live. As long as we have heat and water, I don't care as long as I'm going to be back in that town. So those are it. Happy, healthy, mainly it. I need to put these somewhere I can read them. What sports do you play or did you play? I don't play any sports now because I'm 32 and I don't know what sports a 32-year-old could play. But growing up, I did volleyball, I did basketball, I played softball, I was in track, and that's basically, I was a cheerleader for a little bit. That's basically, I mean, all that we had at my school. We didn't have like swimming or golf or anything like that because, again, really small town. So that's what I did my whole life. Books that changed your life. I don't really have a book that changed my life, but man, what is that book? I've been thinking about it. Oh, The Secret. So I didn't even read that entire book because it was pretty repetitive during the whole thing. And I think I've been a pretty positive person my whole life, but I mean, it just reiterated that, like positivity and putting out to the universe what you want to get back. And I can't say I live by that every day, all day long, but I mainly try to have like a good attitude starting in the morning, sending out as much positivity for myself and to others, and just try to live my life like that. So that's the only book that I can think of that really I ever go back to and think of the words on it. there's probably a lot more to my answers if I like really sat down and thought about them, but I didn't want to do that. Like I wanted to try to answer them on the spot. Favorite movie, Hope Floats. Check it out. It also has my favorite song in it. Favorite YouTubers. So I like what Danielle did here. Like she was just like, yeah, I like all my bariatric YouTubers, which I've shouted them out so many times. So go back to all my videos. I tell you so many times who I love, YouTube wise, bariatric wise. But I also am really drawn to people who do keto, even though I don't do keto. Like I like watching keto videos. So obviously Ashley Okrogel. Daniela Diaries, she does keto, and it's just so interesting to watch her. And then also people that do Weight Watchers. It's really, I guess, maybe just about like healthy food prep in general. So Felicia Fitness, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and then I can't even think of the other lady's name, and then I watched some makeup. I used to be all about makeup. Oh, I like to watch Erin Williams. I used to watch her. She's like lifestyle. I used to watch her a lot when I was pregnant because it's just good to, watch people who are going through what you were going through. And she was pregnant at the time. So makeup, just a bunch of, probably the main people you would watch if you typed in any makeup ones. Erin Williams, and then Weight Watchers and keto videos. But I mainly try to stick to the bariatric ones that I enjoy, Ashley and Danielle Diaries. This said, do I speak any languages and how well? And like the smartass in me was like, yeah, I speak English. Because it didn't say foreign language. So, but no, I don't. Like I've taken a lot of Spanish. I've never learned how to like put Spanish into sentences though. So when someone says gracias to me, I feel real fancy when I'm like, de nada. And I'm like waiting for him to be impressed. That's it though. Single or taken, I am married. I almost flashed my ring like, but I just got out of the shower and that thing's so loose that it just slides right off of me. So yeah, I'm married. Idea of a dream date. We don't go on dates. Like, I joke that his date would be like taking me out looking for deer, just driving around and looking for deer. And this isn't, like, around here, that's common. Like, there's a girl that I worked with, and she joked about the same thing. Like, her husband, they'd always call it a date when they would get to drive around by themselves and look for deer instead of having the children. And I know he's not, we have a movie theater here and it shows one movie for weeks at a time. So we don't really ever go to movies. He has taken me to a movie before and it was nice. And so I don't want to get like dressed up to do anything like real fancy because there's not anything fancy to do around here. But really if he just, like taking me to the movie and taking me out to eat is good enough for me. Or if he's just like, let's go to the city and let's just hang out, me and you, like anything where it can just be me and him sounds like a good time to me. How long was your longest relationship? I am in it. We have been together for 7 years. Describe your fashion sense. Through the week, it's business casual. So, what you would wear to work. Kind of casual, kind of dressed up. On the weekends, it's like a ripped pair of jeans and a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. So, however you describe that. Go-to hairstyle. Usually, not this. Jeez, it keeps getting stuck on my zipper, and I do not need any more hair pulled out. Probably down with like a looser curl, or lately I've been digging just like straightening it a little bit. So that's probably my 2 go-tos. How many siblings do you have? I have one brother who's younger than me, and he's married, so then he gave me a sister in law. And then Josh has one sister. I'm laughing because there's another one, but we don't talk to that one. So he has a sister, so I have a sister-in-law and a brother-in-law on that side also. Go to fast food order. I don't have one. I don't eat fast food. Well, I do. If I have to, like if we're on the run, or sometimes just to excite my children, like once every 3 months, I'll take them through McDonald's. Anytime I go anywhere to eat like that, I just try to pick the best option. I can't lie and say sometimes I don't get fries, but honestly, I can't eat them. I can have a couple, so I don't really even order them. I'll order like a bunless burger, or maybe I'll just eat a little bit of the burger with one side of the bun, or sometimes I get like a chicken wrap, but I can't eat very much, so there's no use in me ordering fries. I might steal a couple of fries from somebody else, but there is no go-to fast food order. Plus, really, in the town we live in, we have a Subway, that's it. And then in the bigger town that I live in, there's a McDonald's, Dairy Queen, and a Sonic. That's it. PC or Mac? Mac all the way. I've had a Mac since I've been in high school and never looked back. Most memorable vacation memory. I can't even pinpoint this because I fortunately have been on so many vacations. Like when I was younger, my parents took me and my brother on a vacation every year to like all different states. Me and Josh have been to, we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, which was beautiful and amazing. One time he surprised me with a vacation to Key West, and we got to sit out like by the ocean and have lobster and steak and asparagus, just a meal that you normally wouldn't eat because it would be like $70. I've been to Mexico for a wedding with like a ton of people in my family, and just having that many people in one place, like to do so many fun things, was amazing. I guess one of the most memorable could be like when my husband was drugged in Jamaica and I was scared for my life, but that's not a very fun one. It happened, but I've been to Vegas with friends. It's just I don't know. I have so many good ones that I can't even choose from. Morning and evening routine. Well, for the morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. and try to tiptoe downstairs to do my hair and makeup. And by the time I'm done, my child is usually awake. So then I get her ready. I make my coffee. I tie up any loose ends that I need to, like pour my coffee, get my lunchbox out, get our coats on, drop her off at daycare, and then I've got to be to work by 8 o'clock. On the weekends, we also wake up at 6 a.m., but my child usually wakes me up at that time. I like to sit in front of the heater and drink coffee and watch TV for a little bit. My evening routine is I get home from work. I gotta let out the chickens, take care of the animals. I work out. I start dinner. And then we eat dinner. I give baths. I take a shower. We watch a little bit of TV, or we dance a little bit, have a little bit of family time. The kids go to bed at 8:30. And then I either come out here to the garage with Josh and hang out if I have something to work on, or I get in front of the heater with a cup of coffee and watch a little bit of TV and fall asleep. I also pack my lunch for the next day so that it's ready just to grab, when I gotta go. Bad habits. Snacking in the evening and biting my fingernails. Sometimes I'm really good with not biting my fingernails, and I'll be like, ooh, who is she with those nails? And then I just bite them right off. So those are the two. And one thing about you that we wouldn't know. If you ever see my eye watering on camera, because it usually waters all the time, or if my makeup is real messed up on my right eye in any of the videos, I don't have a tear duct because a virus ate it when I was in a swimming pool when I was 7 years old. And they tried to fix it. They made me wear a patch. I had to have a needle shoved down my tear duct. And then after months, basically they were like, there's nothing we can do to help you. So I can't put a lot of color eyeshadow because for some reason, even though the tear should go down, it sabotages me sometimes and comes up. And then this eye will have no eye makeup on it, and this one will be beautiful. It oftentimes takes away my concealer down here because throughout the day I'm constantly wiping. I try to dab, but it's going to happen. So every day, all day, my eye waters. It's usually worse in the morning, better in the evening, but it's because I have no tear duct in my right eye. Exciting stuff. So I'm going to tag Ashley at Oh Crow Gal, Erica at Time to Shrink, and I don't know. Grace has already been picked. Hold on. Let me look. That's it. I'm just going to tag those two. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.